Right then, this is a quick walk around video, and this is for a Honda CR-V 1.6 SE diesel. 14 plate car, it's just 63,000 miles on the clock, and finishing this lovely urban titanium colour, which looks fantastic in varying degrees of daylight or sunlight or whatever. The car's in very nice condition. Front of the car, you can see there, lights and lenses are completely clear, intact, no cracks, no condensation in those at all. Front bumper very clean, can't see any obvious marks in there at all. Likewise, bonnet of the car, a couple of raindrops. I'm trying to dodge the showers today, so I'll do this one a little bit quicker than normal. But I can't see any stone chips anywhere on it. It's absolutely amazingly clean. Near side of the car, wonderfully clean in the panel work there. Front wing absolutely unmarked. Near side front alloy absolutely super, just a tiniest bit of light cubbing right on the outside edge. Near side front's always the one that of course it takes the brunt of any curbing, quite clearly. The railing panels very clean. Rear alloy absolutely clean as a whistle. Really good tyres on the car, by the way. They the one that's got the least tread, I think it's about 7mm, so they're all matched as well. Coming around the back of the car, entry points really clean, tailgate again lovely and clean. And around to the offside, driver's side of the vehicle, and really straight on the panel work, no obvious indentations at all. Coming to the offside rear alloy, again really clean, and then the main panel looks really good. I did see the odd tiny little sort of stone chip touch in. The previous owner sort of kept the car sort of really nice. Because I always say there's always going to be the odd tiny little mark on a car of this age and mileage, which proves if nothing else it's been used. But it is really lovely example, this car. Just coming into the boot area now, absolutely huge boots on the CR-Vs of course, and it's been kept really nicely back here. You see there you've got the lever on this side, and you also got the one on the other side. These quick drop seats, works all wonderfully well, but as I said, quite often CR-Vs are bashed about in the back a bit because that's what they're used for, but this one's been kept very nicely. Coming to the back of the car now, all the door cards in the car in really good condition, and there you can see just how much leg room, amazing amounts of leg room in these CR-Vs, and both those seats are set for me at the front because I'm over 6 foot tall, so I'm not cheating. Full set of original Honda mats, and the interior is in lovely condition. Not always a given, as I always say on the CR-Vs, because they are predominantly used for sort of carrying families about and can be quite bashed about. Coming to the front passenger side, again footwell area is wonderfully clean and tidy. Front passenger seat given hardly any use at all, it's in lovely condition there. Finally come to the driver's door card, again all in beautiful condition. Footwell area and driver's mat, again been kept wonderfully well. Very light footed use, and driver's seat again in lovely condition. So sat inside the car now, engines running through this section of the video, so the dashboard can be seen illuminated. Dash to all intents and purposes looks pretty much as new. It's in wonderful condition here. SE model, so if I put the car into reverse there, so over the shaky camera, you get that lovely clear gridded parking camera all working exactly as intended. Dual zone climate control system, all switch gears kept beautifully, as all the little recesses. And come over to the binnacle there, pan in there for you hopefully. You'll see 63,572 miles, and there are no warning lights at all on the dashboard whilst the engine's running. Auto lights, auto wipers, cruise control, hands-free functions as well. Steering wheel pretty much looks and feels as new in hand. Just to quickly show you, owner's manual pack, very importantly lock and wheel nut key are both here and present with the car. So just to come under another wonderfully presented engine bay by Honda. Fantastic engines, cam chain driven, no cam belts on these to worry about, and absolutely wonderful units, and this one's been very well maintained. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda CR-V, and it's a 1.6 SE diesel. This particular car is registered, if I can see it, LR14JPJ and mileage at start is 63,573 miles. The reason we do the videos essentially is basically so that anyone that's actually looking at this car online in an advert actually gets to see that car in operation. We know that from my own personal experiences that it can be quite frustrating to go and see a car which looks great in the photos and everything, but when you drive it, it exhibits a sort of fundamental problem which you clearly should have been told about. Road test is also done on these very quiet country roads very close to our premises, so hopefully also be representative of what you'd feel yourself if offered a test drive in the car. The car's obviously been very well maintained, as it says in the advert, and it feels it pretty much as soon as you drive the car because it feels incredibly tight. Engine, of course, starts absolutely instantly, settles to an absolutely even, smooth idle. There are no warning lights on the dashboard, as mentioned in the Walkaround video, and none whilst on the move either. Temperature gauge running at a third, which is exactly where it should be on a Honda car, by the way. The engines themselves are brilliant units. They sorry, just put the keys over slightly. They're just, apart from sort of low revs in low gears, that's the time you really recognise they are a diesel. But higher speeds in the upper gears, then it becomes very much more petrol-like in feel and sound. But it's also an engine that, don't dismiss it because you think it's only a 1.6 as opposed to the previous 2.2. It's got a lot more low down urge than the 2.2s ever did. It's much sharper on the throttle response. It's the configuration of the engine and the turbo in the car. But it's just a lovely engine to use day in, day out. And of course, being a Honda, they've got a reputation for reliability and longevity, unmatched in its class. Engine then feeds through clutch and into gearbox. Clutch is absolutely perfect on the car. It's light, smooth, positive in operation, and bite point is exactly where intended. Gearbox, 6-speed gearbox, and I've said it a million times on these videos for Honda CR-Vs, but it is a brilliant gear change. It's short, snappy, much sportier than you'd expect in a car this type, but it's really precise and again just lovely to use. It doesn't detract from the driving experience, as there's so many gearboxes where they can feel sort of vague or lifeless or long in throw. This is the absolute opposite of all of that. It's a wonderful gear change. I can feel zero wear through the linkage. Steering on the car, as I always say, it's always been a strong point on the CR-Vs. It's just perfect for the car. It's direct, it's precise, it's really accurate, very nicely weighted. Makes the car feel nice and secure and solid on the road at all speeds. It doesn't feel detached at any time. And it suits the chassis and the design purpose of the car absolutely perfectly. Tracks bullet straight. There are no vibrations at all coming back through the steering wheel at this speed or any speed up to the legal limit. So all good there. Chassis of the vehicle, which again, same with the steering. It's just you can't think of a better compromise, because it has to be, as all cars are a compromise. Too hard riding and it's uncomfortable, too soft riding and it's wallowy and pitches about, and this strikes a really lovely balance between the two, because it's very comfortable on the roads as I'm driving along now, but when you get into the corners it doesn't flounder about. Sharp corners, it doesn't feel cumbersome and pitch and dive in, and it's particularly good at, I have to say, for rear seat passengers, because my kids are prone to car sickness and we've got one of these, and they've never suffered with it in the CR-Vs, which is good news. Brakes on the car, it's got a really nice solid brake pedal on the vehicle. What I'm looking for in road test when hitting the brakes, of course, is there shouldn't be any kind of pulsing or vibrations to the brake pedal when you hit the brakes, and also that it pulls it nice and straight and true, doesn't pull violently left or right when you hit the brake pedal. Looking around inside the car, it's in lovely condition in here. It really is. It's been kept really well. What's really hard to get across on video, of course, is just how beautifully put together these things are. There isn't a hint of a squeak or a rattle from the interior of the car. It's all in just super condition, and the build quality, as I say, is second to none, because it's all well and good making a car feel well built, as so many manufacturers do, but you know, when a car's done 5 years motoring and the average mileage that goes with it, as this one has, that's when real build quality comes through, and this feels no different in feel to drive than a new one, and that's testament to Honda's integrity. It's also a lovely place to sit and operate a car. It's just very simple to come to terms with. Air conditioning's, by the way, ice cold when it's on its lower setting, but you've got a dual zone system, so you can have different temperatures side to side, and the quality of the switch gear is absolutely brilliant. Every button has a beautifully damped feel to it. They do these things wonderfully well, Honda. Dash in front again, as I said, all the readouts all working exactly as intended. Likewise, auto lights, auto wipers, cruise control, set it there, works perfectly. Every button I press does, of course. It really is a fantastic car. And you can see why these are so popular, but also see why, as we're finding this day and age, we're taking so many more of the sort of slightly lesser quality, I'd say, SUVs against them as part exchange, where people think they can buy ones with, you know, either slightly lower mileage or slightly newer, a couple of plates newer, but only to find out that they feel quite cheap by comparison to these things, and coming back to CR-Vs in their droves, because this is a, don't get me wrong, it's a premium product car in terms of the way it's put together and drives, and looks after you year in, year out. As I said, the point of the video is to pick up any issues, however, that might manifest themselves, and there's nothing at all to report on the car. It drives absolutely beautifully. It really, really does. As always, of course, any questions you might have about the car, don't hesitate, do give us a call.